Welcome to our first group assignment. There are 5 people in our group. First, Hồng Điệp. Second, Thanh Hoa. Third, Trịnh Thị Hoài. Fourth, Thu Trang. Final, Đào Anh Tuấn.
Have you ever tried the bubble tea? Bubble tea become very popular all around the world, and more new bubble tea shops are opening worldwide, and Vietnam is not an exception. In the past years, over 10 bubble tea shops are opened in Vietnam and quickly became trendy and popular spot in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. As we have introduced the best bubble tea shop in Vietnam previously, who started the trend of brown sugar bubble mode. That is the alley.
And today we are going to talking about 3 states of perception. First, exposure. Exposure occurs when a sensory stimuli, sight, sound, smell, or taste, come within the range of someone's sensory receptors, eye, ears, nose, mouth, or skin. Sensory thresholds. Multi, a drink that has become so familiar in modern life. Friend hangout, multi. Weekend dating, multi. Working along looking for ideas, multi. Dealing with customers, multi too. For me personally, I have never had a passion for a special multi ever since study. As a genuine K-pop fan, all K-pop star news is always captured and updated by me. In the early days of November 2017, rumors that the actor So Ji-sub, the main actor of South Korean drama series Glass Slippers, will come and celebrate a new event of opening a multi-brand in Vietnam. It was really shock news because the star normally interacted only when there were a cultural exchange event or concert held rather than a cup of milk tea. That attracted my attention as well as everyone. How special the milk tea is. And that is the LA Bubble Milk Tea, which the owner is a single actor, Diệp Lâm Anh. Besides So Ji-sub, this event also includes the A-ranked names of Vietnamese showbiz stars. On the April 28th, the first The Alley branch in Hanoi will open to satisfy everyone's expectation. That proves the Alley Pearl Bubble Milk Tea is really a luxury tea. For those who have a photo of checking with the cup of milk tea will have a luxurious feeling. The absolute threshold refers to the minimum amount of stimulation a person can detect on a given sensory channel. In my case, after being attracted by the event, it is an encouragement for me to look for information about the product. I'm really interested in a round bottom cup with beautiful decor. With the creation of new flavor and the design of the cups, it extremely stimulates me to try its product. A first brand something new was to taste. Subliminal perception refers to a stimulus below the level of customer awareness. In my case, drinking the alley per bubble tea, a high luxury tea. Let's consider a guy who drinks this product, a guy who really loves this feature of the product. His absolute threshold involves the fact that he won't buy the tea that it is now a luxury tea that doesn't at least have a reputation of being a luxury tea.
Attention refers to the extent to which processing activity is devoted to particular stimulus. Customers often live in a state of sensory overload. We are exposed to far more information than we can process. The alley is not this chain in Vietnam. They are popular bubble tea shop known for brown sugar milk drinks. So, how can customers pay attention with the bubble tea of the alley? I can give you the interesting answers below. Firstly, a large proportion of teens report that they get engaged in multitasking, where they process information from more than one medium at a time as they alternate among their cell phones, TVs, and laptops. So the question is, what makes the alley so popular with the young people in Vietnam? As I see that the billboard of the alley contains the brand name and slogan of this shop, the alley is time for tea. At present, the alley has 25 stores in Vietnam, and the location focused mainly on the big cities such as Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. The alley's billboard design makes it easy for me and the others to particularly attract to that new image of outer lot. The alley's concept is more modern and trendy, with other very photo-worthy ombre drinks, and their menu is divided into series. However, standing out and attracting the most attention is brown sugar bubble malt, and I am so a big fan of these attractive drinks. As arranging the location and the message on the billboard, I still wonder why the alley became most popular with the young Vietnamese. The social media is the answer. In addition to attracting the customer by the arrival of the famous actor Soji Sub and the other KOLs, the alley attracts the attention of customers to shops based on the image or short clips on Facebook or Instagram and many reviews on the YouTube. MyMeal.com saw that 67% of Vietnamese used the internet in 2018. So that is big opportunities for the alley to attract attention of customers. No need to advertise too big as before, the alley still occupies the hearts of young Vietnamese. If you search for hashtag the alley or search the gentleman, thousands of posts with this hashtag will appear. Customers go here, have a drink, take a picture, and watch their web chat explode with likes and comments. So many people seem to have heard about this place online that has made it the must-go place, especially for younger crowd. Lots of people want to try the alley, so they decide to check it out, and there are tons of comments and reviews about the drinks of the alley. I have to admit the cup is the cutest things ever, but it was expensive for a small cup of Boba. The drink itself was not bad, which reminded a mild and crisper kind of taste. The flavor was purple and sweet. The Boba was coated with brown sugar, enhancing the taste of the drinks. As my experience, the vibe inside is cool and young, perfect for a few selfies, or just to chat with my friends and enjoy the drink.
I was wondering that how marketers know our hungry time to run the ad on social media. Because every time I open Instagram or YouTube during the break time in the lecture or lunchtime, I always saw the picture of Ali store, video of that brand new brown sugar fresh milk that everyone is talking about. Nothing but the beauty of the alley. Later then I realized we are more likely to be aware of stimuli that related to our current needs. At the moment when I was hungry and tired of learning for a few hours straight or after a long working day, I tend to searching for the food-related content on social media. That is a common action of the digital native and millennium. We tend to see what we want to see. Maybe at first I don't really pay attention to the brand, but because of the rich media, my curiosity about the new kind of music and is that really was a hype or just overhyped product. I start to watch the review of the brown sugar boba fresh milk on YouTube. Most of them are from the brand called Ziale. It's easy to understand when a new product is launched and all your idols are talking about that on social media. Some have positive feedbacks, some are negative, and creates an interest of I want to see more inside it. That's why I saw a lot of the name Ziale at the first time. After ZLA was launched for a few months, another brand started to introduce their own versions of brown sugar fresh milk, but none of them would caught my attention, because the rate of my exposure to that brands was way lower than ZLA in terms of ad originality. Besides the celebrity facts, why does ZLA's ad capture our attention most? Because of their visually complex ad is more attractive, their cup of tea is decided to look like a piece of art. First, about the advertising on social media, they decided are changed every season to match the theme of the holiday or special event occurs in the right time. That trendy advertising strategy succeeds in catching people's attention. Furthermore, they also collaborate with food bloggers and stylists to make sure the images in the poster are as catchy as possible. Last but certainly not least, when the dark brown sugar blends with the thick milk in the cup to form the distinct tiger stripes, that's by far the most beautiful cup of milk tea I have ever seen.
About interpretation process, the Ali used figure ground principle in order to build their brand. This brand had taken brown sugar bubble products to make its mainstream marketing products. Before the brown sugar bubble appeared in Vietnam, there were many articles like Kênh 14, Sao Sa, saying it could be the trend of topping in the future. And as you can see, the title of the article implies that to become a trendy young person, you have to try brown sugar bubble. This advertisement is very smart when it comes to understanding the thoughts of young people who want to catch up with the latest trend. Soon after, Diệp Lâm Anh brought a new wave to Vietnam and made the Alice to become market leader who brings fresh milk with brown sugar bubble into Vietnam first. They use outstanding KOLs to advertise this product. KOLs of the alley varies from Miss Beauty, actor, actress, or stylist who have large number of fans and have strong influence on the young. For example, my favorite singer, Big Phương, came to 1 year anniversary of The Alley, and after that, she posted on her Facebook that she loved this kind of drink, and as a fan, going to The Alley and drinking it make me feel like the gap between I and my idol is closer, and we have something in common. I believe that when idol post photo that he or she is drinking fresh milk with brown sugar bubble on social networks, her fans will want to try it too. As you can see, when Miss Kỳ Duyên, Miss Beauty of Vietnam, posts this photo on her Instagram and says she loves it, her fans will be encouraged to try it. The Alley has succeeded in building its brand in customer awareness, including those who have drunk the Alley or not, while there are many other milk tea brands that have added fresh milk with brown sugar bubble to their menus, such as Royalty, Data Choice. The Alley still holds the first position in the minds of customers. Every time I think of fresh milk and brown sugar tea, the Ali is the first brand to appear in my mind. This is the same with my friends. When I ask them when you thought of the fresh milk and brown sugar bubble, which brand would you think of? And almost all of them think of the Ali, though their product experience is not good and are rated as only acceptable, not excellent as they expected.
CLA definitely have very creative and tasty menu. If you have never been to CLA, I highly recommend it because it could be your favorite bubble tea place too.